Hello, everybody, and welcome to another scene in Sept of the Howling Winds, a Werewolf the Apocalypse 20 edition set in San Diego, California. Today, we just have a little gathering of people. Grima is just kind of being Grima right now. He's has a lot on his mind after everything that's been going on, and not to mention with like deaths, and then oh yeah, like he almost lost Jesse the other day, his pack mate, his Alpha, and so he's just kind of like brain on the floor. Oh god.
Um, Sully is going to walk up to him. It seems as though he's been getting practice in on walking. And he'll stop for a moment. Veronica mentioned something to me.
He looks at him.
She told me, and I remember him mentioning this once or twice, but she told me that Dominic was your mentor.
Yeah. He was.
And I'm sure for those that were close to him, his absence is strongly felt. But I can imagine that for your own sakes, the loss of your mentor is probably also weighing on your mind.
He kind of closes his eyes and takes a deep breath. I'm trying to not let it get to me too much and focus on what's going on.
People dies every day. It's better to get used to it.
He nods, looking at the lady who walked up.
She is the most, probably the common face in the sept.
Do you mean that she has a lower? Sorry.
No, go on. Go on.
Oh, do you mean that she has a low appearance, or when you say common face, she's commonly seen around the sept?
No, she is like very. Her face is like ordinary, very ordinary.
Okay.
Generic.
Cool. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, Sully just looks at him and says, if you would like to accept, Dominic and I trained under the same disciplines. And I'm actually a Theurge. So if you would like to enter under my apprenticeship, I'm more than happy to take you under my wing.
I like that very much, Rita. Raya. He just kind of chews his lip.
Okay, if you're going to be my apprentice, I'm going to beat this into your head right now because Petrova beat this into my head when he was my mentor. Rhea is a suffix. You put it at the end of my name. It drives me crazy.
Okay,
And he just
Ryan.
shakes his head. And I know you've heard Toya bitch about that out of game.
Yeah, I have.
The heiress just says, "Okay, Raya, thank you for your wisdom."
I kisses at her playfully.
You're not mentoring her, I suppose. He smiles so sweetly.
I don't need any mentors. What do I look like? A kid? I don't need any mentor.
but
Eyelashes at her.
Grima just kind of smiles softly and says, "Yes, I would like to apprentice under you." He does stutter like that too, like occasionally.
Good. And he'll give him a little two-fingered salute.
He furrows his brow and then he imitates him and gives him a two-fingered salute too.
And he will leave.
See you later, Raya.
He'll wave. Bye-bye.
As he leaves, Aiden just drops. Well, not completely, but he's sitting in a tree and he just lets his like lower body drop, and so his legs, upper body drops, so his legs are still hanging on the tree.
So
Bye,
he's
Raya.
hanging upside down
Yes.
from
Yeah,
a
we
tree
call that
branch.
upside down, homeboy.
Yeah, he's
Describe beautifully.
so yeah, he's upside down. Bye bye, Sullivan Raya.
He'll wave.
By the way, you're looking a lot better with your walking.
Thumbs up. Thank you.
And he smiles and looks at the two people that are near him. So, I'm still trying to figure out if we have any plans for everything.
For the, liberation of cats.
Well, I've heard of that, but I'm talking about the liberation of us that's happening.
What liberation? I don't. What's going on?
We're under attack
Wait, why?
because people don't like how our sept is. They don't like the changes that we've been making.
I mean, Verde all this time.
I'm sorry, what was that out of character?
She's like, Verde all this time.
I guess just grimacing and then they just said, you know what, we'll attack. I don't really know.
Can't we make peace with them?
I really hope, but they killed 4 of us.
The first, and he'll kind of flip down, land on his feet. The first thing they did is arrive and kill some of our members. Not sure peace is that easy to get.
Zhongli will walk out from behind the tree that Aiden just fell down from. It's even more complicated than that. You can't
What do you mean?
negotiate.
Go on, sorry, go on.
You can't negotiate with people who kill all your messengers
Why?
because they kill all your messengers.
How do you negotiate if they don't listen?
You ran away.
But if you're running away, then are you even communicating with them?
No, you're surviving.
True. But even then, you're still not talking, and the issue is still there.
I mean, you just said they're not listening, so what are you going to do? Fight them?
Directly, no. But every defense has a weakness. You build a giant wall around a fort, then it becomes unassailable from horseback. But it means you're stuck in one place and your supplies can be cut. You can be starved to death. You build a fortress on a high mountain, then you don't have access to farmland or water supplies necessarily. You build it in the cold, then you could freeze to death. Every defense has a weakness.
That's why you don't make a defense.
But they have, which means they've made themselves exposed.
I mean, last time I saw, they were like killing our guys. So you say like you're gonna like expose their defense and go ham on them?
One by one. Kill everyone that they're friends with, that they know, that they love. Take away from them all their resources, their security.
So you
Grima
want?
has kind of a horrified look on his face, just like the thought of that.
I mean, like you're gonna kill their kin, you're gonna kill their friends, take their resources. What's your difference than the tyrants that used to rule?
The difference is they struck first.
So we're the same. We're just attacking because they attacked us.
That seems pretty tyrannical to me.
Not all of us are the same. Not all of us have to be involved.
I don't think about fighting. I
Then
usually
you have
fight
nothing to worry
survive.
about.
No, I have things to worry about. I live in here. I got friends. I got a cousin that I don't like. Maybe there were
I'm sorry. Go on.
maybe there were a lot of changes that happened so fast, so people just didn't like it because we just said that we didn't ask their opinions. We just said this is changing, this is wrong. And now guess what? They're coming. She kind of shrugs.
Zhongli is going to feel like a cold like nose in his hand and like fur under his hand as like a wolf pushes his face into his hand.
He'll glance down.
There is a wolf that is looking up to him for pets, basically, like to pet him.
Scritches behind the ears.
It kind of does that wolfy purr thing and licks his hand. He is not quite sure who this wolf is, but the wolf is being familiar with him.
Zhongli does not seem perturbed in the slightest.
Sits down next to him. Like you know how like a lupus or like a lupine will like not curl up at somebody's feet quite, but like curl at someone's side. It does that. And just like watches them.
Mm-hmm. Who's that wolf?
No idea.
Lupus? Are you Lupus?
It looks up at her.
Lupus?
Blinks,
Nope.
not quite understanding her.
Hamid? No? No Hamid? No Hamid form?
It'll kind of like squeeze closer to Zhongli, like
He's weird.
She's
Wow.
what?
No, and it was an out of character thing. Like the wolf's going, she's weird.
Yeah, Grima has a very soft expression on his face looking at the wolf. Like, because it looks very timid, and he's just kind of smiling softly at it.
yeah, it presses its face to Zhongli's leg, like hide me.
Zhongli puts a hand
He's
around
hiding.
the wolf, and actually, will take a seat, leaning against a tree now.
So
He'll lay his head in his lap and basically just kind of sit there like he's just chilling.
So mighty Eden Raya, you're a foster now. What are we going to do about this war?
I mean, I should be. My town is supposed to be over like 2 weeks ago now, but I've been busy with my guardian duties, and Sasha's been busy when I wasn't. He should speak to her.
Oh shit! I don't need to call you Raya then.
Not for another few days.
No, I'm not gonna call you Raya. I don't call anybody Raya.
Calls the heart to dance.
And he'll smile.
Like you guys are still like using deed names.
Yeah, I mean, we have the names. I think people can either call me Aiden or call the heart to dance, whichever they feel like it. I don't really care.
It's kind of weird that like I wonder like how many times in history there was someone who got called calls the heart to dance.
Back in New York, there was someone there was a Arun told me that if he was a Galliard, he would have called me things Disney. Pretty sure I would have been the only guru ever to have that deed name. He'll smile.
Exactly. Yeah. Disney. She kind of like nods.
Ever kill a man?
The wolf looks up at him like, well, that's where we are today. Okay.
Me? Me?
Not you. The soon-to-be, if not presently, Fostern among us.
Kramer looks over at him.
Oh yeah. Way too soon. Way too soon in my life.
The wolf chuffs. He has, in fact, killed people.
You'll think. First man I killed, I was 12, going on 13.
Wow. Crazy
Yeah.
life.
Grew up with assholes. Brought up by an asshole. Well, no. Brought up by an asshole. Grew up with other people that were brought up by an asshole.
The lupus will say in lupus, my father told me that every person you kill is like a link on a chain. And the more people you kill, the more the chains will bind you.
Oh man, such a wise words.
Grima closes his eyes, takes a soft breath.
You may not think 1 or 2 links is much, but
I don't know how many people I've killed.
I've lost count too.
Oh man, all of you are tough ass killers.
Even indirectly, I've killed people. My poisons have been used for plenty of things.
it is not tough to kill a man. It's very simple to kill people. Very, very simple. It is hard to find other ways to deal with your problems. When I see a man who considers himself to be a killer, I consider them to be the lowest bar. I consider them to be... He'll shake his head, like thinking, He like can't like have this serious of a conversation in Lupus, so he's gonna shift back to Hamid, like sitting next to Zhang Li. I consider them basically to be those that don't know how to do more, be more. And he'll just shrug.
I think you guys complicate the world.
Hmm?
I think you guys complicate the world.
Which
No.
guys?
You, all of you. The world's very simple.
Zhang Li actually has a half smile on his face when she says that.
You guys talk about how the chains, which does not exist. You talk about like the things that's like that makes your heart better and all that jazz. It came from I don't know what. Maybe some say we come from monkeys. Some say we come from Gaia. Some say we come from I guess whatever. But sadly, there are two things in the world, and that's breakfast and dinner. There are no saints. There are no chains. It's sadly very cruel, but it is what it is. What it is.
You're not wrong.
Life is cruel, but you don't have to focus on that.
Which brings me back to why I'm asking, calls the heart to dance, if he's ever killed someone.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about an enemy of Gaia.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about a corrupted spirit. I mean, have you ever murdered someone in cold blood?
Come on. Yeah.
And it weighs on you, doesn't it?
I got help, but I mean, still weighs on me. No longer have nightmares about it.
How many do you think you can kill before it'd be too much?
Shrugs.
You know,
Now, don't stop. Yes.
we're doing a lot of talking about killing. And when I walked up, I heard you talking about the other sept and how they attacked us. Do you
Prina
know
knows.
who I could easily kill? And honestly, in the colder, darker parts of my heart would love to.
And give us all your secrets.
It's not a secret. And he'll kind of nod at Aiden. His uncle.
Who's your uncle, Aiden?
The warder. Zenya. He killed my father and my mother. Aiden's father killed my sister, actually. I remember them. That day was the day I changed. In one moment, I lost everything I knew, my family. And when I first saw his uncle and his father, that terrified, angry boy inside of me wanted to just kill them. Wanted all of that pain to just pour out of me and destroy them. But I didn't. And I'm not going to. Because I understand at the end of the day, no matter how much it hurts, that continuing that cycle is just, I'll shake his head. Maybe that's what people need to consider when we're looking at this other sept and the Silverfang and what they've done. We threaten everything they know to be good. The traditions in their heart. Just like Xenia kicked down the door of my house while my family was eating dinner and killed my father and my mother. And Alexei killed my sister. Would we shake his head, kill them now? No. I've heard a lot of people talking about mounting attacks and counterattacks and starting a war and all of that, and I'll shrug.
I dislike fighting. I dislike death. But I really, really don't want anyone to die, even them.
And when I have to fight, I fight with my whole heart. I just don't like to do it.
I think that's bullshit. Everybody likes to fight. Everybody likes to win. It's just that some people that knows that they're gonna lose if they start fighting everybody. People think all their life about how, like, they spent all their lives thinking there are rules. There really aren't. There's nothing stopping us. It's just what we have. All we had is what we could take and defend. In the beginning, and it's just still like that. Some guy just said that there's a litany now. They're going to follow it because I say so. And now there's another guy who says, well, I'm changing it. And these guys that we just changes doesn't like the changes that we made, so they're fighting back.
Which is why I don't hate them. I don't despise them. It's also why I don't plan on attacking any of them at the Sept.
Justice does need to be met for what's happened for those we lost. 4 capable Garu in good faith were killed. And it would be a dishonor to their spirits and to our Sept not to call that into account.
Hopefully we can find another way beyond a war.
I mean, maybe they should just not leave. They shouldn't have leave. They knew the consequences of their actions. If you guys kill me now for the way I speak, I knew that this can get me in trouble. We don't know what happened there. But they may be insulted. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm just not going to talk shit about the dead. But what I'm going to say is, there is no right and wrong that you can just say that, like, we need to do this because we need justice. Justice for who? Because sadly we have been killing each other for a long ass time, and probably someone's asking for someone insulted.
I don't know how to say this other than extremely bluntly, but I have literally had to spend my entire life in fear because you thought you were right. Not you necessarily, your side thought that you were right, the Garu.
What are you exactly?
I'm a Black Spiral Dancer.
Why don't you get the fuck out of here?
Move me.
No, I was joking. But here is the thing. Yes, we kind of were right. I just think it's bullshit that people are fighting over each other for many stupid things, but I kind of think we were right.
Well, there's not going to be much fighting if I'm successful in my mission with my pack. It'll be very hard.
Oh, go.
It'll be very hard for them to engage in any sort of tactical strikes against us if they feel that they can't send any of their guardians far from their sept. After all, if they have to worry about other beings or enemies who might be at the gate because, say, they are fighting City Hall for a permit to keep wherever they're located under their control, or maybe it just so happens that all the people who provide them with arms and equipment just turned up dead and missing. They're going to think twice about making a strike because they could have other enemies ready to attack them.
Justin will get up, and he'll kind of squeeze Zhongli's shoulder, kind of letting him know he has to go.
Zhongli nods his head.
And he'll kind of give a wave to everybody else.
See you later.
Grima will kind of nod his head.
And he doesn't pointedly ignore Aiden, but he doesn't also acknowledge him and saying goodbye. But it doesn't seem like a disrespect thing. It seems more like a he just can't bring himself to do it yet.
Don't take the things I say personally. I just talk shit about to everyone.
He waves. Like, that's not his problem. His problem is I have to go. So he'll say goodbye, and as well I. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Grima will kind of chew his lip a little bit, and then he'll look over at Zhongli. What I had the idea of is if someone could find out the totem spirit they follow, I could maybe talk with them, communicate with them, like plead our cause to them, maybe talk to the sept, to their theurges. I mean, I'm not going there, but I could talk to their spirit.
Of course. That's going to take time. Time that you don't have if my pack fails.
Not.
I think you guys just make a joke.
I plan on it.
The big jokes pisses a lot of people. If they're Garu and angry, they're just gonna start killing each other in a frenzy.
Well, the joke is, after all, they don't know who is hitting all their resources. It could be someone within their sept. They'll never know.
There are plenty of other outside forces that would attack us.
Of course. And I plan on implicating each and every one of them, and members of their own sept.
Dude, are you like elder or something?
No,
What are you?
I'm just a Cleath.
You talk like an elder, though. So what happens when you start killing their people and then they track you down with their spirits and their gifts?
Zhongli has a broader smile. Then we're out of time. But even then, they still can't leave their sept
Why?
because they'll be leaving it undefended if they don't have access to their whatever resources they call upon. Every ritual, every rite requires something. Every fetish requires some sort of materials. Every person
fetish-
has needs.
The fetish doesn't require materials. Fetish is a material.
It is, but it takes something to make it.
What happens when they just send like 3 runes after you or like 3 ragabashes after you while you are, or maybe like a pack of elders, frozen elders from your pack?
Depending on who they send depends on what happens. But all of this is predicated on the idea that we're going to have better intelligence once we get in. We're not striking blindly.
I think what we need to have is to talk all these people. I think the Jesus has a lot of friends. Maybe you guys can ask him.
We did try to talk to them. We sent messengers. They killed them upon arrival.
No, I'm talking about Jesus, Aesir. You got a lot of money. Money buys people.
Well, that would require him to have a need for money. And knowing Silverfangs, I will assume that they have access to some sizable bank accounts. Though again, that's one of the things we plan on taking from them.
What I'm saying is that the Sept has a lot of friends. There's a lot of elders who are talking good shit or staying here. Maybe you guys can ask them questions and be like, yo, you're staying here, so help.
We have Elder Silverfangs living here.
We do.
I don't know. Are we? Do we?
We do. And they're going to prove to be a valuable resource once we're back.
Well, you guys have fun.
I take no pleasure or distaste in what I do.
Then why you do it?
Because that is my purpose.
It's a boring life. Have fun in your boring life. She kind of smiles.
Purpose.
I tend to find it very fulfilling.
Following your purpose.
We are
No,
very
just
different,
has a
bracket bashes.
Your soft smile when he says he's following his purpose.
Yes, and have a look to John me. Here's the thing though. You say you don't like doing what you have to do, but it's your purpose, and then you say it is very fulfilling. If it is very fulfilling, how come you don't like doing it?
If purpose is not making you happy or making you unhappy, just find something that makes you happy. I think Zhangli, you enjoy what you do. You just wanna, you know that what you do is cruel, so that's why you say you don't enjoy it. Because sadly, everyone here is a Garu, and the Garu don't have a very cool life. Some of us have been forced to kill shit. We felt blood in our hands. And life is bullshit. So live your life in a happy way as best as you can. Have no chains and find ways to be happy. That was my recommendation, and I will just fuck off because I'm bored.
You know, a great man once told me that I don't have to always be searching for a purpose in life. For my purpose, being obligated to do something for someone. Because the purpose of life can just be to live for yourself. And by being happy and wanting to do what you want to do, you can help others that way.
Where's that guy?
I keep him close. He's my best friend.
Oh, let's see. Was it Adelheid?
Yeah.
Okay. She smirks and she says, hopefully that guy won't die. Some people who talks about their guy and purpose and takes it to heart dies fastly. See you later, guys. I talked a lot of shit. Before I get hit, I'm just gonna fuck off. If anyone wants to help with the cats, let me know. They're not as important as Guy in War, but cats are cool.
As soon as we get things settled, I'll definitely look at that. He smiles.
Thank you.
I said I was in.
Yeah, Pun Master.
Not
You
for
gonna come?
now.
You gonna
Sorry.
come join us, young Lee? Saving cats from liberation? Pardon, saving cats being killed and being stuffed?
It seems you have enough guru for this operation.
Yeah, we'll steal their time for bullshit. She smiles to herself and fucks off.
Grima has a soft smile and he chuckles.
Calls the heart to dance. Are you happy with your life?
He thinks it's weird. I mean, kind of pissed off with what happened, and I'm not happy with what happened, but
But you're
with
happy
my
with your life.
life in general now, yeah, I have a family, and I now fight. I'm not,
Are you
I'm not
satisfied with your life?
Yeah.
Or do you want more?
I mean, I fight to get more. Well, not fight, but I fight in not the literal sense, not
You
always the
struggle.
literal. I tried.
Then you're not satisfied yet. And that's
Not
good.
yet.
But you asked me why I felt fulfilled, but it does not bring me joy. It's because being satisfied with something and being joyful are two different things.
I'm not.
What does bring you joy?
Physical fitness, exercise. I practice the art of parkour.
Grima nods. I'm very simple when it comes to what I enjoy. I like cooking, gardening, sewing.
Zhongli nods.
Looks over at Aiden.
I
Let me
like,
guess. Music. He smiles.
yeah. Most of all, I like to spend time with my family, my father, my mother, my sisters. We might have a lot of differences with family. I might not agree with everything they've done, and they might not agree with my ways. But at least with my father and, well, mom and my sisters, and they aren't silver fangs. That when I'm with them, it's like all these differences, they just don't exist. We can just enjoy being together. And
Aiden,
I have Nikki now.
I have a question for you, but I don't think you've noticed this. I am your cousin, but this has occurred a few times. You say your mother, your father, and your sisters. But what about your brothers? You don't mention them at all.
I mean, I haven't met them yet. The dad keeps talking about them, and I think it's maybe you're right. I should go seek them. Father doesn't talk about much about his other children.
But as I occur, isn't one of your pack mates your brother?
I should. Oh, you see. Oh, yeah, because it's Xavier has been found out to be his brother. Is it?
He's his stepbrother, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a big scene about that too.
Yeah.
I mean, not stepbrother. Half brother. I think brother by marriage. Okay.
No, he's. Should really say brother when I refer to him too. I mean, he's my brother, my marriage, but that doesn't really make him any less of a brother, does it? And he thinks like he's thinking as he says it.
Grima just shakes his head just lightly because he is in the same family, so he knew about that,
And
and he saw that scene.
and as you
Just I know my mom was very harsh whenever she talked to you the last time. And a lot of it's because you're a child of Gaia, but that's something that you really need to work on, is noticing those that are close to you.
he'll nod.
Because I saw how hurt they were. He chews his lip a little bit.
And he'll smile. I guess you're right. And he'll come up to Grima and he'll boop his nose.
He wiggles it and smiles softly.
And he'll kind of like wrap his arm around him.
He lets him, and he kind of looks over at Zhongli, who just made a sound. Something on your mind?
To a degree, yes. Calls the heart to dance isn't ready.
For what? Fostered? Or for something else?
Your rank is never something that I'm going to ever question. I believe the half moons can do a better job of that than I could ever.
If you're questioning it, that's a different story.
So what aren't I ready for? I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of things. But what were you thinking?
You're a guardian. You're going to be our first line of defense.
He'll nod.
I've disagreed with your old pack's methodology. You're a gibbous moon. More than even the full moons, you're going to be leading us on the front lines. With tales and stories and strategies of the ancients who came before us. You're going to be directly responsible for some death, and you are going to lead us into oceans and waves of blood.
And that is what you think I'm not ready for.
I know you're not ready for it. You yourself
Wait.
has admitted as much.
Sorry, go ahead.
You yourself have admitted as much.
I have.
You put on a happy face, but when I asked you if you had killed, sadness overwhelmed you.
Grandma kind of looks at Aiden.
To be frank, to be completely transparent, I think, Johnny, you are one of the ones who hasn't heard this about me. At least not from me. And Grima, maybe you haven't heard this too. But
Could you say that again? I couldn't hear you.
and
Yeah,
Grima,
you were
maybe,
very quiet.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I couldn't hear any of that.
because to be frank, to be completely transparent, there's a reason. John Lee, you are one of the ones who hasn't heard this about me, or at least not from me. Grima, I don't think you've heard it either.
Zhongli will hold up a hand to stop him.
Yes.
I appreciate that you have your own secrets, your own history, your own attitudes. That you have something beneath. I'm pointing out to you that you're not ready for war. So you have to think about another option.
War is terrible. I know.
I've fought in a war with Kiryu already. I mean, that doesn't. Yes, in a way, that doesn't prove that I'm ready.
I don't think anybody is truly ready for war. And if you think you're ready, then you're a fool.
You're not.
Grim, have you ever murdered someone? Not killed them, murdered them.
Yes,
How'd it make you feel?
it hurt seeing the life drain from their eyes. I wished that maybe I could have changed my decision. Maybe I could have gone back. But that's not how the world works. I was told to kill someone for myself. And I did it. The person was innocent. But my purpose as a metis was to serve them, follow out their orders, because I had no other meaning to live. So I created my poisons. I killed whoever my body was theirs.
Zhongli will look back over at Aiden. You're not like that. And you're not like me. Every one of those deaths will haunt you, weigh on you. But not like chains. I would liken it more to spirits, to ghosts, to echoes. Don't take this as a condemnation.
Your heart becomes surrounded in darkness. It just swallows you. And even the waters of Erebus can't fully cleanse what you have done. I know, because I was there. I've been through Erebus, and I still see their faces.
So calls the heart to dance. You're going to be a fostering of the nation. You are a guardian of our sept and the first line of defense. To spell it out for you. The reason you need to be considering all this weight is not because I expect you to go out there and charge into battle. It's because I'm warning you not to. You and whoever you call allies, whoever you can trust, need to start coming up with a way to diffuse the situation in a manner that will not result in that level of bloodshed. Because, to reiterate, you are not ready for that. Do you see what I'm saying?
You'll just nod.
My pack and I have been discussing ways we can go about gathering intelligence and crippling them without having to touch a single person. Not a single member of the sept. We'll try to provide you with what we can, And I hope that you, in your wisdom and understanding of our history and lore, will be able to come up with a better solution than the rivers of blood.
Remember, everybody has differing minds. Everybody does things they're not proud of. Even the Petrova have a long line of things they regret. Do they admit it? No. But have they done things? Yes. You're a Petrova too, Aiden. Will you help heal the name or taint it further?
So I didn't catch all of that.
He said, You're a Petrova too, Aiden. Will you help taint the name or heal it?
I want to heal it.
Then make sure you think wisely with every action that you take.
And he'll nod.
Congratulations. Calls the heart to dance. We're going to be looking to you for wisdom.
And he'll nod. And he'll have a soft smile. I mean, that's part of it, isn't it? That's the whole thing. People will judge me for being a Petrova. People, and among these people, I count many of the Petrovas, will judge me for being a child of Gaia. Now, the past is the past. I can't really undo what happened. That's impossible. What I can do is, as you said, Grandma, heal my name. Heal the name of the Petrova. Heal the name of the child of Gaia.
He nods. You need to
And he'll wait, sorry, and he'll look to John Lee.
that people will always talk down to you, but that's for everyone.
And he'll nod.
I'm
Oh,
reminding
sorry.
you this. As a Metis, I will never be treated equally, and I know that. As a child of Gaia, there will be plenty of people that despise me. I was a stargazer. I was looked with disgust, because that was the tribe that led the nation. Every person has that one person that looks upon them with disgust. Can you change their mind? Can you change all of their minds? No. But you can be the good that you can be. The fact that everything could change all at once, because that's not how it's going to happen.
And he'll nod. And he'll look to John Lee. I think this is why I have gone a long way of how I feel about my past. I still feel sad when talking about the lives I took. I've gone a long way, but I'm still doing some healing of my own name. Of my own name, was it?
You're losing that luxury, however. As a foster, you're not just responsible for yourself, nor are you afforded the luxury of just worrying about your own state of mind.
Grima nods at that.
That's why I'm pointing out to you the weight. The half moons have told you all about your responsibilities. Consider me the darker answer to that.
And he'll nod.
So, I know that there's no way for you to have an answer now, but the elders aren't the only ones who are going to be needing to seek those solutions I was talking about just now. Ways to avoid the conflict.
An all-out war would be genocide. I didn't want to say that, but it's true. If the hater sent attacked us, we would die.
Well, I don't think we're going to die. I'm pretty certain that we're going to live. We, after all, have something that the other sept does not.
Grima smiles softly.
A giant lake. So, call Zara to dance again. It's down to what I'm suggesting to you. I hope my words contain some assistance.
He'll nod. They do.
And if worse comes to the pass, and they are invading our sept, I'll try to leave something for you to fight. Maybe a straggler. He says, starting to walk away.
Grima chuckles softly.
Yeah, and this works.
Think laterally, he says as a final goodbye.
Grima nods and he touches Aiden's hand that's still over his shoulder, like he's ready to go.
Let's go. And he'll smile.
Well, I was going to my husband. If you want to go with my husband, I don't know why you would like that, but he winks.
Hey, a lot of people have hit on me. Don't let and he'll smile and he let him go.
He chuckles and
think-
walks off.
But I don't think Nikki would be happy.
Probably not.
And he'll walk away.
Okay, that sounds like a good place to end it. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Good day and bye.